Welcome to this Literacy Shed Adobe Express challenge. In this tutorial, we're going to create a house for sale advert for the film Home Sweet Home using layout design and artificial intelligence. If you need free Adobe Express for Education accounts for your school, visit the link on screen, and there you'll also find all the other free things we do for schools like live lessons, teacher training, and lesson packs. Let's get on with the challenge.
So let's create a house for sale advert for Home Sweet Home by pressing the plus in the top left. I'm going to go down to Flyer. Let's rename this and we're good to go. So start off with the background color. I'm going to go for a kind of pinky purple color, something around about there. That's great. And then I want to put a piece of text across the middle. Add your text. Modern house for sale. Okay, let's make that box a little bit smaller. Let's align it to the left and let's position it roughly where we want. There we go. Halfway is about good. I can modify that later. Go down to shape. I'm going to look for the one which goes all the way across. Perfect. Click on the sliders again. I'm going to change the shape fill to white by reversing those, and the text fill can be, let's grab the same color as the background itself. Now, in terms of the fonts, the one that I want to use is called Poppins. There we go. And I think I'll use the extra bold. There we go, nice. Now it's a bit big, so let's play around with it. And then, there we go, modern house for sale. That looks perfect. Okay, now across the top here, what I want to do is, I want to go to Media, Text to Image, and let's go for a widescreen. Let's first of all put it roughly in the place where we need it to be. There we go. And then put my prompt in there. Try and be specific with your prompt. In terms of content type, I'll choose art and then generate. Oh, these look amazing. This one looks particularly perfect. I like that. We're good to go.
Hey, I hope you're having fun so far. Teachers, if you'd like a PDF mapping this activity to the NCCE Teach Computing curriculum, follow the link that's on screen now. Okay, back to the challenge.
Let's first start putting some things like prices in there. Add your text. It's used Poppins again, which is great. I'm going to keep it all consistent. $7.99, that's how much this house is going for. I'll pop that price over there. Now you can't see it 'cause it's on the white background, so what can we do about that? Well, again, we can go and use shape fill. And I think this time I'll go for kind of like an orange, I think. Try and contrast it with the purple background and maybe make it into a box. That looks great. Now, I think this modern house for sale box itself is a little bit narrow because I want it to be sort of chunkier. So what I do is go down to shape again and increase the shape size. There we go. That'll do nicely. Thank you very much. And then I'll pop that so it's absolutely in the center. There we go. Now that I've got that, I'm going to use this box again by selecting it, duplicating it, and here I'm going to start putting it into places where I can put things like more information. Let's stretch this box out so it's all on one line. Let's reduce the size of it as well. And then we can duplicate it again. And here I'll have like a features column. And now it's time to start putting in my text. So I'm going to go to add your text again, paste it in there. This time it's using regular, which is a slightly thinner font. Let's get that down, open up this box. Around about there is looking pretty good. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that box didn't have any widow text, is what we call it, where you have small bits of text on another line. Let me align that so you can see I've got all these alignment guides going on here, which is great. Now that I've got my text in there, let's put some features in. Add my text again. Okay, now this is obviously way too big again. Let's bring it down here. I want to change the alignment to left aligned. Still too big. I mean, we can click on this one and see that the size there is 74. So maybe we might want to put it up to the same sort of size as well, keep it nice and consistent. I also want to put some ticks next to each one of these so it's like a checklist. So I need to create some space for that. So I'm going to go to text spacing, increase the line spacing, There we go. That's pretty good. I'm also going to align this feature section with the top as well. That's looking pretty good. Now, let me just bring that over so I can put in my icons. Let's go to Elements. Let's scroll along here to Icons, and I'll put Tick. Okay, this one looks good. It's brought it in black. I want to change it to white so it's more visible. There we go. And then I'm going to resize it. And then I'm going to pop it in there. I think it's still a bit too big. There's pretty small. If you need to change the size of your, like the zoom of your canvas, you can do that. And then you've got it much better here. And then I can duplicate, bring that down, duplicate. And you can see now it's telling me that it's perfectly aligned with the ones above, which is nice. There we go. And that all looks pretty good to me. Zoom back out again by pressing zoom to fit page. And then I can stay in icons and I want to put something like phone. So if you want to phone the agent to ask them more information about this beautiful modern house for sale, then you can do so. Maybe I need to bring this more information section slightly further up. And then I'll pop this one here. I'm always making sure that my alignments are good. Change the fill to white again. And then the next icon I want to do is mail, or letter would be good. Yeah, this one's perfect. Bring that down. That feels a little bit better. Maybe bring that one in there. So just have a play around with alignments. Make sure your colors are all the same. And now all we need to do is put a phone number and address in there. Let's go to text, add our text, paste in my phone number, bring it down. Much too big. Remember before it was 74. Let's try and keep it consistent. So all my text is going to be size 74. That one can go there. And then I could duplicate it if I want to be quick. Pop that down there in the same sort of place. Highlight it, paste in my address. Again, align. Now that is looking too cramped there because it's kind of bleeding over into this section here. So I can do a couple of things. I can either bring the size of the text down, which I don't really want to do, but I could decrease the letter spacing just a touch, make sure it's still readable. Nice, there we go. The one thing I'm going to do last of all is go to text again. I'll put ready to move into, and I'll make it text layout dynamic. It capitalizes it, which is kind of cool, but then also you can make it into a little bit more of a block shape here. Pop that there, put it on an angle, then go down to shape. And this time I'm going to do a circle shape and then click it again, shape fill. If you're lucky, it'll be in your swatches. Mine's not, so I'm going to use the dropper tool and I'm going to select the same orange as everything else. And then maybe come back out and change it from regular into something like bold. Change the size if you need to. And there you go, all done. You can download it by clicking up here and it will download with the same name you gave your project. And then you can go to share, add people via email if you want to collaborate with them. You can send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or create a view-only link, which you can copy, share your house for sale advert made with artificial intelligence for your image using Adobe Express.